What we're needing to do within our own organizations is actually we're having to create disruption. And in fact, I know Azam as a CEO is creating disruption within his organization in order to accelerate growth. But we also have to grow through disruption because there's all the disruption that's happening in our external environment, as we all are familiar with. A lot of the focus of my work over these many years has been how do you quantify the invisible aspects of thought, thinking, emotions, the affect, all of these dynamics that are occurring within an organization that we know are important and we know drive value within an organization, but how do we quantify that in such a way that we can leverage it? Climate and culture. Yes, understanding climate and culture is absolutely mission critical. It's essential. And understanding how mindsets influence growth and adaptive capability is even better. So what I've done in my research is put a finer point on this notion of organizational mindset. What I would say is a mindset represents more than how we think. It captures how we feel and how we choose to act within the world. So this is a very important thing because you'll read some literature out there that I think inappropriately really isolates mindset to just a cognitive or a thinking component, an intellective component. Mindset, as I'm describing it here, is not just that, okay? It's not just about how we think. It's about how we feel and how we choose to act within the world. So when you think about that through the context of understanding organizational mindset, just imagine what that means. What's the implication of that in terms of understanding organizational mindset when you're wanting to shift that organization to adapt and respond to disruption that's going on in your world? The OGI is the tool that we're talking about. Azam's going to come up with talk about how we've applied it within the Foray Group. When I'm talking about growth, I'm talking two things: new value creation as well as adaptive change. So these are the two ways in which organizations can grow. Some organizations have a true burning need to create new value, to innovate, to grow through new innovation, new services. Some organizations are not necessarily, their burning platform is not necessarily innovation, but it is organizational transformation. It's shifting the culture in adaptive ways, so restructuring systems, processes, and so on, and even culture to achieve success.
So if culture is going to eat strategy, we needed to measure that, and we needed to know where we needed to intentionally point our culture, support our culture, engage with our people so that we could support our growth initiatives. And we needed data to be able to do that, and we didn't have that data. And then the other one, the other objective was really around growth readiness. It's easy for me to say, as the leader in the organization, the CEO, to say, yeah, we're ready for growth, but I needed to know if the organization was ready for growth and what it would take to help them get further along their readiness for growth. Our pervasive cultural mindset is around people and purpose, and it makes sense, right? We're in those businesses, we're in the service business, we work with children, we work with families, we have a lot of educators who work with us, and that makes sense in terms of where they would be aligned. Where we need to make a shift is around compete and grow. And we have some aggressive 5-year plans. And so if we're going to achieve that strategy, then we're going to have to adapt our culture. Brett was talking about how its mindsets are, the key component is around feeling. When we presented this data to our leadership and then started to present it to the next level of leadership, you could literally sense a shift in the feeling in the room. The confidence level was going up. Despite the fact that they had completed the survey and had scored it that way, giving them that data shifted their confidence and their ability to achieve this. And as a result, we've now started to focus more on how do we help them drive this growth? How do we help them sustain this growth?